lads, and welcome back to another video. In this one, as you've seen by the thumbnail and the title, etc, etc, after a good few days of streaming live football games involving Scottish teams, we're back to a normal kind of routine of doing videos. I'm going to continue to do live streams, not as much this weekend because I'm busy, but I've really enjoyed that in the last few days. However, this video today is indeed SPFL Predictions versus my subscribers. Right lads, this was filmed before I hit the recent milestone on the channel, so let's address that big 5k elephant in the room.
We done it! Yes! Come on lads!
There's a party going on right here.
But without any further rambling on, let's get into this weekend's load of fixtures. We need to go over last week and confirm the scores going into this week. So currently the subscribers sit on 9 points and I sit on 6 points. We got around about the same sort of games correct last week, except from the subscribers, that being Callum and Max from last week, both predicted that Hamilton would beat Livingston. And I didn't. So I got that one wrong, and the rest of them were sort of similar predictions that we all got right. But anyway, the first game is indeed Celtic versus Livingston. And overall, I think this game is pretty substandard for me. I think I'm going to just go with the basic Celtic win for this. It's not really one that I'm going to go deep into detail with. It's pretty standard to just choose a Celtic win for this one, especially because Livingston just haven't backed up many trees since the start of the season. There is no reason for me to think otherwise than a Celtic win here, so that's what I'm saying. Let's go over to a Hibs fan first to see what he thinks on this game.
Obviously, Celtic are on good form. They haven't played all their games yet. They've played St Mirren just recently. Livingston are on horrible form, obviously just losing to Accies. So I really can't see Livingston getting a result here. I'm going to say 3-0 Celtic.
And then straight over to Ross County fan Peter to see what he thinks.
First game is Celtic against Livingston. I think it's going to be 1-0 to Celtic. Pretty boring game. Livingston resolute at the back as normal.
As you can see, they're both going with Celtic wins. Standard stuff. We move on to the next game. Dundee United versus St Mirren. Now, we'll start off with the subscribers with this one. We'll see what they're going to say about it, because it's one of these games that you could look on the face of it and think they're very similar teams, and probably on paper they are, considering where general fans like myself would expect these teams to finish within the Premiership this season. So let's see what the subscribers are thinking. Start off with Peter, the Ross County fan once again.
Dundee United against St Mirren in fixture 2. I think it's going to be 0-0. Just a draw, boring game.
And this time, second up, Hibs fan, see what he's thinking to it.
For Dundee United St Mirren, I think it'll be tight because it's two decent teams. We haven't had the best results recently, but I'd say they're both about the same level as each other. So I'm going to say 2-2 in this game. It's at Tannadice, so Dundee United might have the advantage. But yeah, I'll say 2-2 Dundee United St Mirren.
So they've both said a draw. I can see where the boys are coming from with this one. I can see why they're thinking that result would be how it is, because as I said, they're similar teams on paper. They're going to finish in similar positions, I believe, this season in the Premiership. I can see for some reason Dundee United picking up a win in this one though. It's at Tannadice, that might go to help things, and they need to kickstart the season at some point. St Mirren had a good couple of results at the start, and Dundee United haven't really hit the heights that they once did at the start of the season, so I think this might be the game where they get that result that they much need. Obviously, as I've said, they're quite similar teams, so I don't expect it to be a rout from any of the teams in this game. I don't expect one team to run away with it. I think it'll be a Dundee United win, but a close one at that. Kilmarnock versus Hamilton Accies is up next. Now, this is a very difficult one for me to sit and predict here, because obviously, as I mentioned at the start of the video, I was the only one in last week's video to not pick a Hamilton Academical win, and they then went on to defeat Livingston in the game last weekend. Now, I'm going to say a draw. I'm really going to sit on the fence and get a sore arse, but I've got to say a draw. I'm never that confident in Hamilton to go out and win games. I would never put it on a betting slip, for example. I would never put my money on it. And this is me putting it out into the internet. So I'm not going to say it's going to be a Hamilton win. I will really eat a big slice of humble pie if they do go on to win this game, because that will be the second week in a row that I've not backed them and they would have gone on to win the game. But I just can't see it. And now let's see what the boys are thinking to it.
Now for Kilmarnock Hamilton, I'm going to say 2-0 to Kilmarnock. I'm not really sure about this one because obviously Accies have just beat Livy, and Kilmarnock are in decent form too. Yeah, I'll say 2-0 Kelly.
Kilmarnock against Hamilton. I'm going to say a bit controversial, but 1-0 Hamilton.
So first up, we had a Kilmarnock win from the Hibs fan. And then second up, we had a Hamilton win from the Ross County fan. We've all picked different results here, so one of us is going to be correct in some form. I've said a draw, Hibs fan went with a Kilmarnock win, and the Ross County fan went with a Hamilton win. We're all pretty much just as clueless as each other. That's just how it is sometimes with predictions. It's a lottery at the end of the day, with a wee bit added knowledge in from time to time. St Johnstone v Ross County is the game up next. Now, I'm not going to say much on this one. I'm going to let the Ross County fan, Peter, come in first, since he is the dedicated Ross County fan in this video.
St Johnstone against my team, Ross County. I'm also going to back my team. I'm going to say 2-1 County.
He's clearly very confident in his team. Obviously, he's going to back his team. It's just that type of thing with predictions. You're never really going to back against your team unless it's an obvious fixture that you're going to lose. Playing against St Johnstone, I didn't expect him to predict anything else other than a Ross County win. Now, let's hear from the Hibs fan to see what he's thinking of it.
For St Johnstone, Ross County, obviously it's at McDermott Park, I'm going to say 2-1 to Ross County, because I don't know why Ross County had a great start and then kind of crumbled, but I have a feeling they're going to, rise back up and probably just end up getting a hard game and getting pumped again. But I'll say 2-1 County. Yeah, I think St Johnstone will lose this one.
So yet again, another Ross County win. I can't say I disagree hugely, but something in my head is just telling me to go for a St Johnstone win, and as I said, I'm not disagreeing with the fact that Ross County could come out and win this one, because it is just one of those games that it just depends what team turns up on the day. If Ross County turn up, they could easily turn over St Johnstone, but if St Johnstone turn up, the other scenario could come out, and that's the one that I'm going to go with. A St Johnstone win and Callum Davidson to get another win under his belt at McDermott Park. So now moving on to the Sunday fixtures and the fifth fixture in this weekend's Scottish football calendar, and it's going to be Hibernian versus Rangers. A very tasty fixture, and one that we have a dedicated Hibs fan in here to give his thoughts on at the start. So let's get his thoughts on the game first before I go on and ramble on, and Peter comes in with his prediction as well.
Both teams have done really well this season so far, and obviously both of them are currently at the top, but I can't really see Hibs, obviously my club, getting too much of a result out of this, but I can't see Rangers absolutely, humping us. So I'm going to say 1-1. That's optimistic from me.
So, in a way, surprisingly, he's not went with a Hibs win, although you can see his reasoning for it. Obviously, Rangers have started off the season very well, not conceding any goals, but he has them conceding their first goal. Does Peter, the Ross County fan, have them conceding their first goal as well?
Hibs against Rangers. I think Rangers are going to concede their first goal of the season, and I think the final score will be 3-1 to Rangers.
Yes. Yes, he does. Now, do I? Yes. Yes, I do. But I can still see Rangers coming out on top in this game. I've said it loads of times on streams and videos, etc. I don't see Rangers splitting up in the same games they would have last season. Obviously, Hibs are one of the stronger teams in the division, but I can still see Rangers coming out on top in this one. They're in too good form. They won in midweek in Europe, 5-0 against Lincoln Red Imps, so I imagine that they're going to go on and win this game. But they will concede their first goal, and let's hope that it's your man, Kevin Nisbet, to get another goal on the score sheet. And the final fixture of this weekend, again on Sunday, this time a 3pm kick-off. The Hibs Rangers game is a 12pm kick-off, and it's Aberdeen versus Motherwell. Now, I'm going to just lay my stall out on the line here and say that I'm going to go with an Aberdeen win. I think they're just too on form, and Motherwell maybe just haven't hit the heights just yet. They obviously got that win last week in the league, their first one of the season, and they will probably come into this game with better form than they would have in previous weeks, but I just think Aberdeen are stronger at the moment and they're on overall better form in both league and European duty, so I think Aberdeen will come out with a win here, but once again it will probably be a bit more tight than a team that's going to be playing bottom of the league, which Motherwell currently are, unfortunately for them. But now let's get the thoughts of the boys, the subscribers, Hibs fan, Ross County fan. What you saying to it?
This is another tight game. Obviously, both sides have just played their European games, but Aberdeen Motherwell could be tight. It's at Pittodrie. I'll say I'll say 1-0 Aberdeen. They'll probably just do their usual, score a goal, then put 10 men behind the ball. But that's enough about Derek McInnes' tactics. Yeah, 1-0 Aberdeen.
Both sides playing in midweek could play a factor. I'm going to say 2-0 Aberdeen.
2 Aberdeen wins, the same prediction as myself, so if Aberdeen win we all get points here and it's a jolly day out at the office for the boys. But that's it for this video guys, cheers for watching. If you did enjoy it, please give it a like, comment down below your predictions for this weekend's games and subscribe for more of this type of content. Until the next video, I'll see you then. Cheers guys.